All aboard, it's Jang here with a look at the Playmobil Modern Luxury Mansion set. This comes with 375 pieces, and the manufacturer recommends that it'll take you about 2 hours to put the whole thing together. I think it took me just a little bit less than that, but I was kind of moving to get it done relatively quickly. This thing has an interesting design to it. You know, it's not a simple and straightforward arrangement architecturally speaking. It also has some interesting choices of colors that went into it. You can see that this is the basic set, so it comes with absolutely minimal furniture, but there are individual room sets that you can buy separately that I will be looking at in separate videos, and I will be adding those to this set and taking a look at what it looks like all completed and filled up with stuff. First, let's take a look at some of the details of just what you get with this one set that comes in one box. I might as well start with the figures since they're right here, one male and one female. You do have to add that gemmed element to the front of the female figure there. The male figure has a watch on, doesn't have a face on it, but you do get to put that onto his wrist, whichever side you determine. And the female also has a little bit of wrist decoration on there with some bangles in gold. Notice also the pink shoes with just a little bit of heel on them. Kind of goes with the color scheme of the house. Now, this house itself does require batteries, so to speak, 2 AAA batteries in order to make the door chime work. It does have a working door chime in it, and this is the button over here, a large button for people of our size, not just figures. And that's all there is to that. Here's your main door, and there's a mail slot there as well. And there's a little bit of mail, just a little stack of it that you can put through that slot. Notice there are no actual glass or even simulated glass window panes, and you'll find that to be the case throughout the entire thing. There are some foliage assemblies around in various places and different types and different colors. That could be juniper or some sort of cypress right there. You got a little bit of the hard plastic grass section out here with some flowers that can also be picked and held in the hand of a figure. Tall palm tree here that goes all the way up to the second story, and you see that there actually is a second palm tree over here with coconuts in it. Both of them have coconuts, and that's just a standalone, so you can place that wherever you want to. This whole section right here that you're not really seeing right now, there we go, that's more like it. This whole section here is really a carport. You can park an entire car in that area. This space actually does get rearranged a little bit if you get one or more of the add-on sets, but this is just the default build of it. Looking at it from the inside, we'll start from the entrance level floor to the kind of the lobby area here. It's the main place where people would walk in at first. And this actually does have a little bit of furniture, doesn't it? Has a little table right there with some chairs. There are actually 4 chairs. I've put the 4th chair upstairs for now. A little vase in the center and a couple of glasses for water. That's pretty nice. That thing back there, I think, is an espresso machine or one of those quick coffee makers. It's interesting to see it actually built in to the wall, so to speak, over there with the shelving units. You can move that up and down. If you want to place it higher, you can. If you want to place it lower, you can, but it's specifically designed to work with areas that have the little indents already built in, and those are literally built into the walls, so you can't move those shelving units around. It is good to have shelves though built into the thing without having to purchase any additional furniture for that. So if you already have Playmobil, figure accessories and decorative items, you can just go ahead and start placing them in here. More with foliage and plants. You've got some calla lilies over here that are potted, and you can place that wherever you want to. Of course, it's a Lechuza branded planter since it's the same company. Very interesting little trivia thing that I learned early on getting back into Playmobil. Another space over here is kind of elevated up a little bit in an interesting way, and I'll explain what this odd crawl space is for a little bit later on in the video. But it's just another space where you can put you can put a kitchen there, or you can put a living room space, kind of design that how you want to. And then moving up to the next level, so you've got the stairs there, another planter, more foliage, another plant that's there with some little flowers down below. Nice large window to give you a great view from here. And check out the wall on this side. More decorative items that are included here with some binders and some books, and they even have a piece of art on the wall. It actually has a gold colored frame, and then it has the painting inside of it, which is actually a sticker that you add on, and that's actually an kind of an action feature in a way. You can do something with that. You can rotate that, and then look at this, it becomes a safe. Or I guess it was a safe all along. It was just hidden behind the picture frame there, and they have a couple of items of jewelry in there that come with the set that you can apply to a figure, or you can just leave them in there for safekeeping. Really can't get enough of that window. That window is great. It's just so large. It gives you a great view of anything that you place outside of the house. This is another shelving unit. You see it has the little serrations on the side, so it can work with anything that works with that system. You can move either of those shelves here, and there's that additional chair that I mentioned before, and the laptop is actually included with this set. That's nice. A little something for your figures to do while they wait for their furniture to come in. And then this is just another big open space, and it has some small shelving units around the edges of it on its walls. This is the single largest floor space, continuous floor space, is actually this second floor area, so that can be split up in different ways depending upon how you want to arrange this. Now, they don't give you a full roof because they want to leave it open so that you can interact with things inside of there once you get it furnished, but they do kind of suggest the roof. So there's a little bit of an edge here, and these parts partly interlock just a little bit. They mostly lock onto the tops of the walls, but they kind of key into each other just slightly as well. Look at that. More foliage, more grassy things, more plant-like things up on the top. That's nice. And that little thing over to the side is supposed to represent a siren and a blinking light for the alarm system that's built into the house. It's just something that you can imagine, so just for imaginative play there. Now check out some of the separately sold room furniture sets. Like this is a living room set that I will review. This is a basic single large bedroom set. They also have a master bedroom set that can be used with this or other large house sets, and that one has two beds in it. I've got a bath here that I'm definitely going to install into this large house. Pretty large and well completed kitchen with all kinds of things in it. That's going to take up a lot of space. And then this little weird crawl space over here that I mentioned, let me show you what that's all about. It's a deck and pool set. And all of this, you see the groove or the kind of extruded section here that sticks out? That fits in along here, slides along the side on either side. So this whole thing kind of retracts when you build this up. You can just slide it back under there when you're not using it, so it doesn't take up extra space. So I definitely look forward to checking that out and sharing that with you all as well. This modern luxury set just by itself, the base set, is smaller in size than the previous large grand mansion set, but not by too much in terms of its actual usable space. And it costs a lot less. It's just a very, very different style, obviously. I appreciate the fact that this one actually does come with some decorations, especially with all the plants everywhere, and a little bit of furniture as well. It's nice to have just a little something to get started. I like most of what's going on with the overall layout of it, as well as the color scheme, except for the really deep hot pink, that magenta color. That one's just a little bit awkward to me. It just really contrasts a lot against the lime green, I think is the main thing there. It's also a really heavy color. But ultimately, this is just a starter set for a house, and I really need to fill it up with stuff to really get a feel for how it's going to play with the figures and how it's going to look fully detailed out, because that's when you really bring the whole thing to life. So that's going to do it for this video for now. Like I said, I will be adding to this. I will add the sets that I showed you, and I will probably come back and get at least one of the add-on sets as well that just adds more space, that adds another room or two, and kind of reconfigures things just a little bit with the overall layout of the floors in the rooms. If you have any thoughts that you would like to share about this set, please do by leaving your comments down below. I really appreciate the viewer feedback, and I've learned a lot from many of you. Can't thank you enough for that. I will be talking to you again very soon in the next video, so stay tuned.